What's up, YouTube? Welcome back. This is segment number 8, and once again, we thank y'all for coming back, for showing up.
That's right, y'all. We appreciate you guys for tuning in once again. But before we get started, you know we always have to remind you guys to hit that subscribe button down low. You know where it is. Hit that subscribe button. If you like it, hit the like button. If you don't, then hit the dislike button. We do appreciate our feedback. That's the only way we can strive for greatness, you know. The feedback that you guys always give is amazing. Like, I mean, truly, every time y'all give back, whether it's good, bad, or negative, but we really don't get no negative feedback though, right?
Not too negative, you know.
Yeah, except when everybody told me about your password. You know, that one episode about the that was the only negative, but it wasn't really negative. Y'all put me in my place, and I appreciate that.
Thank y'all.
I do appreciate that. But like we said though, real talk, this is number 8. You guys been rolling for 8 weeks with us, and we truly appreciate it. We're gonna keep the consistency. We're gonna keep on giving you guys what you want. We got another voice again. Well, same voice from like the other week. You know, we switch up, but anyway, it's Tia. Alright, so we do welcome Tia's beautiful voice when she asks the questions. You ready to go?
You ready?
Let's get started then, Tia, hit it.
Question number 1. If a man is interested in you and pays for the first couple of dates, would it be safe to assume that he should pay continuously? Men, would you have an issue with a woman pursuing you, taking you on a date?
How you feel about that?
If
I be your sugar mama sometime. I take you out sometime.
if I was dating, I was taking a lady out, and I invite her out, I think at that point, I'm letting her know that I am paying for that date. You know, if I'm inviting her out. Now, if there was a time that I wanted to go out and my money wasn't right, I would let her know before we actually went out there. You know, look here, I want to hang. If you know cool with it, maybe we can split the bill, or you can get it this time. Yeah, I'll be honest. You know, but also too, a lady taking me out, I think that would be great. You know, I think that it shows that that person is interested in you. You know, because if the guy's paying all the time, it could be one-sided. She can be going out just for a free meal. But if she pays, that's showing that she, you know, really, you know, is feeling this guy and wants something, you know, to come out of it.
That's true. I do agree with you. But I mean, you don't have to tell them that your money ain't right or
but
something.
You have to let them know.
I know, but if your money ain't right, just keep that to yourself and just suggest something else. Just say like, well, you know, I decided to cook, you know, but you ain't got to tell her your money ain't right, you know.
I'm not saying tell, you can discuss that, you know, look at her, you know, we normally go to her, it can be a special occasion, you know, money just not, but let that person know ahead of time. Don't wait till the bill come in, like, you know, you slide it over to her, you know.
No, don't do that, don't do that. I know, I think they should I really think that's really a discussion. I think that, like you said, if you offer to take me out, then I'm going to assume that you're paying because you offered to take me out.
That's your problem right there. That's your problem. Don't assume.
But if you started doing something, like we said in our previous videos, if you started doing something, then that's how women or men or whoever, they're going to expect that always. So what I'm saying is, if you know that you don't have the money, don't offer to take me because you offering to take me. So yeah, I'm going to assume that you're going to pay for it. Now, if I tell you, you know what, let me take you to dinner or let's go to dinner. If it's my suggestion, I don't mind paying. You know, I pay my way, you know, or whatever. But
yeah, but you steady looking at me. Look, you talking to this person that wrote this. You
I know, but we're having a conversation about it. Is what I'm saying. We're discussing that.
So you don't think that they should discuss it before they go out? If there's a possibility that you know he couldn't afford it.
If he couldn't afford it, then they don't need to go anywhere. If you suggested that we go somewhere and you don't have no money, don't suggest that. You know, just tonight's not a good night. You know, let's kind of hang out at the house. You know, don't suggest it. Now, if I say, you know what, I found this place or whatever, let's go there, then I'm gonna take you out. Now, I know that you don't, as a, you know, individual, we have this little thing we listen to, Usher, Trading Places. Y'all should listen to that song. You was giving a certain look.
No, I know that's your song.
You don't like that song?
Usher sounds real weak in that song. He sounds a little weak.
Y'all listen to Trading Places and
She
give me your
overdosed with
feedback.
him and pulled
But
his shirt out.
they trading places.
I understand that, but you like that song?
That?
He sound real
You
weak.
never told me you didn't fit. You know
I like the song, but you know that's no
the meaning though.
I understand.
Okay.
Let's keep on
Anyway, so you guys, in other words, if you don't have the money and you know that you can't afford it, then don't offer to take them, because yes, women are going to assume that you're going to always pay. And I mean, and women sometimes, you know, take your man out, make him feel it. I'm a little sugar mama every now and then. I hope that answered your question. Next question.
Question number 2. Is it a must you post your significant other on social media, especially if your significant other is showing you that they rock with you every time y'all are together?
Okay, so me personally, it just really depends on the person. You know, if your whole life is based on social media, then yeah, post them. But if not, if you're a very private person, then no. I mean, it's not a must that you do that. But sometimes, if this is a male sending this in, I'm going to answer from male and female point of view. If it's a male that's sending this question in, I think that a woman wants to be acknowledged. She wants, you know, social media or the world to know, yeah, I'm his woman, I'm his girl, post me, let these other thoughts know it's me.
Well, that's what
you know,
y'all do, huh?
because that's what we do. I mean, I'm just saying, you know, and if it's a female that sent the question in, then yeah, I mean, if you always posting yourself on there and you looking real single and men sliding in your DM, yeah, he gonna feel some type of way. Like, you know, I went on your Instagram or your Facebook, ain't no pictures of me. You know, this is, you know, so it goes both ways. And I think that social media, once again, is the #1 reason why people break up. So kind of evaluate your situation. I mean, if you're a private person, leave them off. If you show everything else, show your girl off or your dude.
Yeah, I agree with you to a certain extent. I believe that you don't necessarily have to post your significant other on social media. You know, as long as you're being respectful on social media. You know, it can be your own page. You know, a lot of people have private lives. There's a lot of married couples that don't wear wedding bands, but yet and still they don't act single. So my thing is, just be respectful. You know, married people that don't wear their bands, they're respectful out there. They still act married, although they not, you know, broadcasting.
Well,
Same
why do
thing.
you think they don't wear their band though?
You know, some people might not wear, you know, work related, or you know, some people don't believe in this government, you know, type of. I guess it's almost like you don't have to have. You don't know what I'm trying to say, that you don't have to have a license to be married. You don't have to have a band. Some people, you know, have other spiritual meaning behind it. So
I agree
a
with
band,
you
a wedding ring is not necessary, but at the same time, you know, going back to social media, you don't have to, you know, post your significant other on there.
And you don't have to prove anything to anybody.
But at the same time, like I said, be respectful. Don't just be on your social media, you know, reposting twerk videos and stuff while you got a spouse at the house.
And don't just like not post them because you don't want all the other honeys on there to know who your girl is or who your dude is, you know. Because I like to flaunt mine. I like what's sitting next to me, so I'm going to show the world.
You're supposed to.
Next question.
Piggybacking off of that, you said it's okay to post. What if they only post one picture? Is that supposed to be good enough?
Well,
if it's a picture of you're in a casket and that's the only picture they post, no, that's not good. If that's the only picture they no, that's not good.
Wait. It goes back. Okay.
No, that's not good.
Yeah, she dead. She out of here. You know. Yeah, not that one. Don't post that one. Don't post that one. No, okay. It just really depends on your relationship. It depends on the couple. It depends on who they are. You know, because you have some people that just post like quotes and funny stuff, and some people are very private. Some people don't like to. Now, the other thing is, I did want to say one more thing about that. Here's the thing. if you know your relationship ain't strong, you know, don't be posting this dude or this girl today
In January,
and by April there's somebody different, because you know them trolls be on there and they be like going back, because I ain't gonna lie, I'm one of them, because I be like, wait a minute, didn't they just post so and so? Oh, what? You know, so really keep your relationship private. That's all I'm gonna say.
Respectful.
Definitely respectful. Next question.
Question number 3. My husband and I have 2 kids together, a boy and a girl. I don't want any more kids, so I got my tubes tied. However, my husband wanted more kids. Was I selfish for getting my tubes tied? P.S. He knew I was getting it done. I didn't get it done in secret.
That's deep, huh?
I don't think you've been selfish, especially if y'all discussed it, you know, talked about it. Although he might have been leaning in one direction, you were leaning in another, y'all did discuss it. So it's not like you just sprung this on him. So I personally don't think you were selfish, you know. But, you know, I can understand, you know, him being upset, you know. But no, I don't think you were selfish.
I have a question. Do you want more kids?
No.
Oh, okay, we're on the same page. Okay, so my answer to that is, I don't think that you were being selfish if it was discussed, because if he felt some type of way, then I think he would have spoken up then. And then it also goes back to, it's your body. You know, regardless if it's your husband, if it's the government, if it's whoever, it's your body. You know, so that's a decision that you have to, I mean, y'all have to make that decision as a couple, you know, but at the same time, you know, I mean, if he didn't want any more kids, I'm sure he would have got a vasectomy too. So, you know, but if he knew that you got it done, and that means that y'all discussed it. Yeah, so he didn't fight you about it, he didn't give you any grief about it, then no, it wasn't selfish. It's done. If y'all want another one now, y'all figured out, okay, you know what, there's so many kids out there need to be adopted.
We have 5. We don't mind letting one go.
No, they old. They don't want them old kids.
They can have old ones. They can have old ones.
Then we had that niece, you know, that thinks she have a child.
Oh, yeah.
What's her name? Tia?
Next question.
Question number 4. If you and your man been dating for over a year, do you still need to call before visiting him at his home?
Absolutely. I mean, if he didn't give you a key, then that means that you can't just walk up in there whenever you feel like it. If you don't have a key to his place, then still respect his privacy. Just because it was over a year that y'all been dating, y'all don't live together, and you don't have a key. So therefore, hey, what you doing? I'm gonna come by, you know, clear the house. I don't know what you're doing, but I'm coming, you know. Announce your arrival. Don't just pop up. I think that's very disrespectful, regardless if that's your man or whatever. If y'all are not married, you don't have a key, you don't live there, then yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, I agree. I think that out of respect, you should at least call to see if it's okay, or see if that person is even at home. He might have company, you know, he might have a group of friends or male friends, and you don't want to go over there unannounced and, you know, be the odd person, you know, stand around. It's not that we're not saying that you should call because he might be doing something wrong, you know, as far as cheating, have another female over, but out of respect, you know.
Yeah.
Also, too, let me move my glass over here because last week we had some comments. People actually had anxiety for me sitting my glass right here.
Yeah, they thought the glass was going to fall. They couldn't focus in because they were too busy focusing on that glass. For all y'all who send that comment in, but also let me get back to that question. Out of respect, yes, because like I said, you don't want to walk into something, you know, unexpected, something that might be embarrassing for both of y'all. Like I said, he might not be cheating, not saying that, but there can be some things that he don't want you to see or not ready for you to see. Exactly. So call. And then too, honestly, us women, you know, and I know y'all might not like what I'm about to say, you know, we do things, you know, sneaky. We are very mischievous, and I know y'all don't want me to tell y'all a secret, but it's real. We keep it real here. You only pop up sometimes, not you who sent the question, but as a female, just to see if something is there and try to catch something. And sometimes that makes the man feel some type of way. So when he start feeling like you only doing it just so you can catch him in some type of action, then it's gonna cause a problem. You know, respect his place. You know, and say it goes both ways. Men, if your girl have her own place, don't just pop up over there. You know, don't just run up on her like that. You know, like bam, I'm here. No, don't do that. You know, or whatever. It's still, they still pay the rent there, or the mortgage, or whatever they pay. That's still their place. Respect that.
True that. All right.
All right. Next question.
If a couple is staying together, should a man or the woman let them know they're bringing company over when they're coming home?
Definitely.
Definitely. Because the person you're living with might have something planned. They might not be in a good mood for company. They might have had a stressful day, tired, or want to take you out. So most definitely you should announce that you're bringing someone over.
And I mean, she might be taking her weave out. You know, she might then took her braids down or something, and then all of a sudden you got all your friends over here, and they see you in a row. You know, don't do that. You might not have put your wig on and fix the lace front right here. Don't do that. Let them know.
When I have your lashes on.
You might not have your lashes on. You know. I'm just saying, like, let them know, you know.
Yeah, that's
our
respect.
Yeah, that's our respect.
Next question.
My boyfriend and I have been together for 13 years. Out of those 13 years, he has been locked up 7 of those years. Wow. Well, guess what? He is back in jail and was sentenced to 15 years this time. The first 2 times, I did the time with him. Am I wrong if I move on this time?
That question right there has
a lot of answers to that. It does. I agree.
If this guy is in and out of jail because of dumb choices, as far as I'm gonna say dumb because a crime is a crime, but some crimes are dumb crimes like breaking and entering, trying to jack someone, drugs, robbery, drugs. That's stupid, you know. That person right there is just an habitual criminal for the most part. No,
I think that's their home. I think that's where they want to be.
Could be, but I wouldn't do that time with them. You know, that third time, that 15 years, I wouldn't do that time. I would move on with my life because you can't be sitting by your phone or your computer waiting for an email or a Facebook Live phone call.
They can Facebook Live in jail?
They have
live? Yeah. Oh yeah, they can Facebook.
Yeah, they got everything. It almost like it's the place to be sometimes. They got free internet.
Okay, 3 hots in the car, no bills.
Yeah, they got a rec room and everything. But I'm saying, I wouldn't spend the rest of my life waiting at home on the couch while this person is in. Although they're in jail, they still having a good time for the most part. They able to do almost anything they want, But I wouldn't do that time with them. And I know that you just go somewhere else with this because, like I said, it has different answers.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I think the reason for them being in jail and the nature of your relationship, I think all of that counts. I think that if someone is in jail and they went to jail because they were, providing for you, if they were hustling and taking care of you and making sure you and your kids or you and your family were good.
You had a roof over your head.
Exactly. Then, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm not saying do that time because women have needs. I mean, you're going to have to say, I'm here for you. I'm going to put a little change on your book. I'm going to take a call or 2 every now and then from you. But, yeah, my homegirl down here needs some attention. And I can't do 15 years, And I think that should be understood. But if like Papa Doc said, if somebody is just in there just because of stupid stuff, drugs alone. Exactly, then no, don't you. I mean, that to me, that's selfish. I think that's very selfish because here you are having to accept collect calls, take time out of your schedule to go see this person,
Talk to the lawyer, send
talk-
money to the lawyer.
exactly. I think that that's way too much. You know, I think that that's if it's this person, if this is something that's constantly going on. I mean, people do make mistakes, you know, and you can be by their side when they make mistakes, but third time, 3 strikes you out, bro.
This is 15 years.
It's 15 years. I mean, you.
And like you said, your girl gonna need some.
So if y'all can get that understood, like, okay, babe, when you get out, I'm here for you. I'm 100. But while you down, I need to be held down. You feel me? So, you know, I'm just saying, you know.
Nasty.
So I'm just saying, I'm just keeping it real, and y'all get that understanding. But you know, it is what it is. So I hope that helped you take what both of us said into consideration and figure it out.
Next question.
My girl doesn't like any of my friends. Whenever they come around, she has an attitude and is always rude. My friends think she is stuck up and she believes they are a bad influence. If she could put me in a bubble and isolate me from the world, she would. I am torn. What advice can you give?
For me, I think sometimes another eye can see something that you don't see. For instance, Lady Doc might say, for instance, these are my friends. I don't see what she sees. My friends could be a bad influence. And, you know, I just don't understand it because I grew up with them. They my dogs. It would be hard for me to understand her. But at the same time, for me, I probably, if she had a problem with my friends, I would probably keep them apart. I wouldn't have them under the same roof. You know, I would spend time with them, but at the same time, I would come home to her. But like I said, sometimes we can't see what somebody else sees. My friends could be, you know, although I know they use drugs, I don't think it's bad. It can be just recreational, but she see it as they abuse drugs. And so I can understand that. But like I said, for me, I would keep my friends and my spouse separate.
Me, I agree with you on that. I do. I think though that, and then this whole thing about putting me in a bubble, like, you know, taking you away from the world. I think that my significant other should be an adult enough to make the right decisions. I don't think that it should even be whereas my spouse or girlfriend or whoever think that these people are bad influences on me, because I'm not going to blame them. I'm going to blame you because you are an adult. So like they say, birds of a feather flock together or whatever. That's not always true. You know, that's not always true, because you know what you should be doing. As far as that, for the person that sent the question in, I'm telling you, if you get on the level with your dude and you can hang with him no matter what, I can guarantee your relationship will be so much better. I mean, if you can he can appreciate you more because he have best of both worlds. He have his friends and he have his woman.
That would be ideal.
You know, so if you can get down on the domino table, on the spade table, whatever they doing, I ain't saying do drugs or if that's what they doing, but I'm just saying, you know, get in his zone. That's how I believe couples become best friends. You know, when you can get in his zone and he can get in yours, you know. But if you standing in a corner with your nose turned up, it ain't going nowhere. And I'm just keeping it real. You know, relax a little bit. You know, relax. These people have nothing to do with you. Talk to your spouse, your boyfriend, whoever he is to you, and let him know how you feel. Let him know that, you know, okay, they doing this, and you an adult. I don't expect you to do this, you know, and it's up to your man to make that decision. Don't blame his friends because he's an adult, you know. So that's my point, you know. So, you know, get down with him, you know, and I think it'll be a lot better. I think a lot of your stress will be relieved too. So, all right, next question. I hope that helped. You think that helped?
It helped me.
It helped you?
It helped me. You said a mouthful. It helped me.
I know, I'll be good, huh?
Yeah.
I know. I'm a bootleg love dog.
Yeah.
I have a 2-year-old son and a 2-month-old daughter. My daughter is from my husband and my son from a previous relationship. Ever since my daughter was born, my husband has made a difference between the kids. If he could, he would buy the world for her, but it seems like now my son is a problem. He doesn't have patience with my son. How do I settle the situation?
That's
that
deep.
right there, that's gonna take some deep conversation, some deep talking to where if the two of y'all can't fix it together, y'all can seek a pastor, someone that's gonna, actually help y'all. Cause the only way y'all can move forward with this and to correct this is conversation. And it's really, I hate to hear when adults treat kids or mistreat kids because the kids are innocent.
Make differences.
Yeah, the kids are innocent. They had no choice of, who their parents was or, what might be going on. But I hate that. I hate to hear that on any kind of level. But he's wrong. If that's truly what's going on, he's wrong for making a difference in the kids. Although the 2-year-old, the little girl is your blood, don't isolate this little boy. He did nothing wrong to you,
Definitely.
It's going to take some deep conversation to solve that problem.
Exactly. And when you signed up for this relationship, you knew that she had a son, and you took that whole responsibility on. So now that you got your little baby girl, your little princess, and all, don't mistreat him. And I hope he's watching this as well. Because it's not fair. And just imagine, just because the little boy is only 2 years old, just imagine how he may feel,
Once he start to recognize what's going on,
Exactly.
And let me tell you something, not to interrupt anything, but parents are God gifts to kids. Kids are God gifts to parents. A step parent is an extra gift. That's just another gift, So be that gift to that child, Don't, like I said, stop mistreating these kids that had no choice in this.
True.
Do right.
I totally agree with you, because truly, and mom, big shout out to you for even recognizing this, because some moms don't even recognize it. They don't say anything, So shout out to you for even noticing this and seeing the difference or whatever. So correct it before it gets too far. And it shouldn't even have to be a true big conversation about this, because once it's brought to his attention, he should be able to correct that and fix that, whatever.
So if he might not even recognize it, he might not see what she's trying to tell him, it has to be laid out to him. But yeah, fix it, please.
Yeah, fix it before it gets too far, because the kid is the one that's going to be affected, So then your whole relationship torn down, and don't do it. Fix it.
Fix it.
All right, next question.
What would you do if your significant other didn't understand what you were saying to them? It was a problem, everything that was said.
Well, I think that it depends on how you're presenting what you're saying. I think that sometimes we say things and we just expect somebody just to pick it up and understand it. We expect them to be us. We expect them to feel how we feel and to do what we think they should do. Sometimes things have to be laid out. Sometimes people don't see what you see. Sometimes, and like, for instance, I've asked Papa Doc, and he's asked me, what is it that I can do, or what is it that, do you feel like there's some improvement? Do you think, ask the right questions, and don't get frustrated because people don't understand what you think, or sometimes people, like, I used to get frustrated when I would tell you something and you didn't respond how I thought you should respond, or you didn't react how I think you should react, but you're not me, and so sometimes it may seem like it's frustrating to you, or it may seem like it's a problem, but they just don't understand. Sometimes you have to literally break things down. And then to the person that you're breaking it down to needs to be open-minded. Don't get upset because someone's sharing their feelings with you. Be open-minded and see what it is that you can do to fix it. So that's where communication is. I used to think that, I'm sorry, I'm kind of going on and on, but I used to think that everything was about communication. It's not always about communication. It's about comprehending. You can communicate all day long, but at the same time, you have to comprehend. You have to understand what that person is saying and be willing to change that. Oh, I'm good. I'm getting good at this, huh? You think so?
No, you ain't good.
Okay.
I'm going to agree with everything she said, and I'm going to leave it at that. You're getting good.
So what would you do if it has been broken down and you tried to communicate and it's still not being fixed?
Still not being fixed? Well, Doc.
I would say you can't stop communicating. You know, you might have to approach it another way. You might have to reword it. You might have to, rephrase it some way. But don't stop communicating. Eventually, what you're trying to get into this other person's head or try to present to them, they will catch on and see what you're talking about. But don't stop talking about it. If it's really a problem and it's something you want to work on or something you feel like should be solved, continue to talk about it. Like I said, you might have to approach it another way. You might have to let it die down a little bit. You might have to come at it at another angle, but don't give up, especially if it's something that you feel true and dear about.
And also too though, the person that's presenting whatever the situation is, they may have to rethink what they're expecting from the other person. It may be something that the other person may not even agree with, but just don't know how to tell you that. It could be, you know what, okay, I've tried this and I've said this and this is what I want. This is bam, bam, bam. But sometimes it's not always about you. You understand what I'm saying? It's not always about what you want and what you expect. So if you communicated to that person several times and tried to explain what you want or what you think should be done and it's not being done, then you ask that person. Well, what do you think we should do about this? Let them tell you how they feel, and then say, okay, well, let's try it your way, and let's see if they way work. If they way don't work and your way don't work, then it ain't gonna work.
Yeah, you can't get upset with their answer. You ask them a question and they give you an answer, and if that's their true answer, you have to. I'm not saying accept it, but just don't get upset. You did ask for a particular answer and they gave you one.
And it's also again, it goes back to compromising. Okay, well, this is what you want. This is what I want. So let's meet halfway. I'll do this if you do this. And then both work at it. And the thing about, I'm going to say this too, and we can move on. I don't want to elaborate too long. A lot of people in relationships give 50-50. And they think that's even, because it's 100. Absolutely not. That's not how it works. You have to give your full 110%, not 100. Because
they took 50 equal up to 100.
Yeah, you're right.
They should be giving 100.
They should be giving 110 because we're not perfect. So if you give 110, you can fall off 10% and still be at 100. So in relationships, don't give 50-50. Give 100. Give your all. Give your everything. And then. We'll give 110, then you got the little 10% to work.
A little wiggle room.
Yeah, little wiggle room. All right, next question.
Lady Doc, how do you deal with Papa Doc when he is angry? Papa Doc, how do you deal with Lady Doc when she is angry? And is it the same thing as the other taking their anger out on you?
For me, it's get out, run, leave.
You play too much.
No, seriously. It depends on what she's angry about. Like if she's had a bad day at work or someone driving home upset her, just something outside of our home, I'll let her vent. I'll give my input when, I feel like it's needed. But, for the most part, I'm listening. I'm that ear. But if she's angry at me, we're angry at each other, we're not perfect. So we still trying to work on how we handle our disagreements, because although we might give advice, to other people, we still trying to work on ourselves. So
and this helps us too.
Yeah,
believe it or not, it does. It helps our own relationship.
But for me to answer that, I like I say, if it's outside the house, I give her space. I listen to her. I let her calm down. But if it's her and I, we have to deal with. We deal with it on different levels. We deal with it right at hand, then we come back to it. We calm down. We talk calmly. We raise our voice at each other sometimes, but we handle it totally different depending on the situation. But we always get through it.
Sure. In the beginning, we really didn't know how to handle things. We would yell and scream at each other and go in separate corners and things like that. But we did marriage seminars, And that truly helped. That truly taught us how to love talk and how to deal with situations, you know. And I recommend that for anybody. If there's a marriage seminar, not just marriage, but relationship seminar, I think you should go to it. And it truly teaches you how to deal with certain things.
Well, let me cut you
But
off
as
right
far
quick.
as you, go ahead.
Yeah, and just say this: marriage seminars, they're actually fun. They teach you some things. I don't want someone that's heard marriage seminar and think, oh, they boring. They gonna tell us what men should do, what women should do. They're really, really fun. They teach you how to talk to each other. They teach you how to handle different situations, how to
scenarios.
Yeah, it's real fun. A lot of interactive stuff going on. Sorry.
But as far as when he's angry, it depends on his level of how angry he is on how I deal with it. Like, if he's angry at me, then I just like sit back and just let it wear off. Cause I know my temper and I know how I am, and I think that if I just jump in while he's already angry at me, then it's just gonna escalate. So.
But my temper has gotten a bit.
Yeah, truly. But I'm just saying, like, I know my temper, though, and I know. Huh?
Go ahead.
What?
Go ahead.
No. Wait.
Go ahead.
Anyway, I think that if he's angry at me, which is really kind of hardly ever, because I'm like real perfect, like I'm like the perfect wife, so that hardly ever happens. But if it was to happen, then if I know I was wrong, I would approach it with, I know I was wrong, or whatever. And
but
then
that's all it ever happened.
I'm the perfect wife. So, but anyway, overall, and the second part of that was you wanted to know, is that the same thing that they take their anger out on you? I don't think it's fair. I think that if someone is mad, and if you know that if you try to jump in and fix it, then it just make the situation work. Just back off. Just let them do them, and they'll come around. Depending on the person, or whatever. Because some people like to be loved on when they're angry. Me personally, I don't want to talk. I don't want to deal with the situation right then, because I don't want to say anything that I'm gonna regret. So. It just depends on the person, basically. I think that if you know that person that you're with and you feel like you try to help them or whatever and they take it out on you, leave them alone. Let them have their space, calm down, and they'll come back around. Just let them know I'm here for you. I understand you're upset, but whenever you're ready, I'm here for you.
Yeah, I agree. And for me, whenever we're angry, I like the make-up sex part. That's the fun part. We had no arguments tonight.
We gonna argue. We gonna fuss and fight.
Yeah, we gonna fuss and fight.
You ain't gonna like the after effects though.
So we're not gonna have. You messy.
Yeah. Piss me off if you want
you
to.
petty. All right.
All right. Next question.
Last question. How often should a couple be having sex?
As much as possible. As much as when you feel it, do it. I don't think sex should be scheduled. I don't think that it should be a limit. It may be if you want it 5 days a week. No, don't do it 5 days a week. That's too much. If you want it, and y'all are in the mood, then do it. If you tired and you don't want it, then don't do it. It just depends on your mood and what's going on. But I'm not saying deprive your significant other, make some time for that person, That's what I think. I don't think that there's no certain time when
or
a number of times that sex should be done. Sometimes we go 7 days strong, sometimes we don't go no days strong.
No days.
Really
but no, I'm agreeing with you. You said it first, but
no days. No days.
I did stress it there.
Yeah.
But I agree. I think if both parties are willing, of course, it should participate. But for Kim, for Lady Doc and I, we joke around a lot throughout the day. We might text each other, what we're gonna do later on. Then it's all good, and we have big high hopes. Once we get home after we've had dinner and everything, we get tired, and reality set in to where we have to put it out for another time. But whenever you're in the mood, like you said, and both parties are willing to participate.
I think too also sex goes with I'm speaking from a woman's point of view. every now and then it is good for, you know, you like drop your drawers, bend over. You know, every now and then that's fun and exciting. But, you know, us women, we want intimacy. We want foreplay. We want to get in the mood. Don't just tap me on my shoulder and like roll over and, you know, no. Get it right.
The song catered to you.
Yeah, but we're not
Hold on.
Beyonce, Kelly, or Michelle.
Baby, tap on my shoulder when you come home. I roll over. I heard you. I'm here to serve you.
I keep my hair done and I rock the tightest outfits. I do that
I
part, they said.
want to tap on your shoulder.
Yeah.
You roll over and.
But if you come home and it's late and you tap me on my shoulder, you're not going to get the response that you want. So don't tap me on my shoulder if I'm sleeping.
All right.
All right, y'all. We appreciate y'all tuning in once again. Y'all know what it is. If you enjoyed the show, hit the thumbs up. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down. We'll see you guys next week. Peace. We out.